Hey, you guys, Krista Deary here. I'm a Diamond Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus and a mom of 8, and I'm totally coming at you fresh off of mom mode. I've got 2 kids on the other side of the screen playing outside. I'm in one of our sunrooms right now. The neighbor decided to start mowing his lawn. Can you hear that humming? I hope you can't. And my special needs son is about to get off the bus. I mean, it's just like real life over here, but I'm so excited to sit down and just share on this topic. It's actually like one of my favorite topics ever. And that is this season that I went through and walked through within my Plexus journey, that hindsight was the most important season of my entire 9 years with Plexus. But at the time, it stunk. Like, it just totally stunk. Have you ever walked through a really hard circumstance, a hard season, a valley type of season in your life, or a wilderness type of season where at the time you're like, this is the worst thing ever. But then hindsight, you're like, whoa, I needed that season. I learned so much. Well, for me, that was the stage, the space, the time frame between Emerald and Sapphire. You see, I went Emerald in October of, oh my goodness sakes, when did I go Emerald? 2016. October 2016, okay? 22 months into my journey. Something like that, around that. Less than 2 years, I do know that. And if I hindsight, I look back and I'm like, yep, I kind of had a lot of pride. That was like the peak of my self-esteem and confidence. It was also like one of the first times I ever felt so proud of myself, ever. But y'all know what happens. Like, pride comes before what? Comes before the fall. And for me, it did. I felt like all that in a bag of chips. I thought I had figured things out. I was the man. Like, we had conquered this. We went Emerald, boy howdy. Like, you guys should see what we did. And really just thought I had it all figured out, and assumed, since, the Hawaii trip wasn't till the following, my kids just totally started sprinklers. I don't even know. 8 kids. Sorry, y'all. Okay. I assumed, since I went Emerald in October, that by the following September, when I went to Maui, I was going to go as a diamond. We had so much momentum. We had this thing down. I was going to go as a diamond, not an emerald. But guess what? I went to Hawaii as an emerald with shame. Like, I was proud of myself, but I also carried shame. I went back to Hawaii the next year, still an emerald. I needed to walk this out. I ended up staying stuck at Emerald. Stuck. How about stable? I was a stable emerald. I stayed there for 2.5 years. And at the time, it was torture. Hindsight, if the Lord was to come to me and say, hey, you get to do your whole Plexus journey all over again, do you know what part I would make sure was there? That 2.5 years. You see, everything changed in that season. Everything. There were lessons that I needed to learn, too many that I can even count right now, but I needed to shift so much internally within me. And then that was going to shift how I showed up as a leader, and that was going to change our team. That shifted our culture. You guys, it even shifted our team name. Everything changed at that time, because that slowdown, that stall out, it forced me to come to terms with a few things, and it forced me to really look at myself. Who was to blame? I was to blame. Like, yes, now to everything there's a time and a season, right? So sometimes you're just kind of watching and waiting for the right season. And it's only about that, and timing's everything. Yes. But in the meantime, it's also time to check yourself before you wreck yourself, right? So that stall out gave me space to really check myself, take ownership, humble myself, and really look at what needed to change in me and in our team for us to reach the next level. Because, Emerald, you can kind of do quite a bit of it by yourself. Going diamond, though, it means, or sapphire too, along the way, right? Like, my eyes were on diamond. I'm like, yes, I'm going to hit sapphire, but I knew I needed to hit diamond. Like, it felt like a mandate from heaven above. I was going to go diamond. But I knew sapphire and diamond, they weren't going to happen unless I could learn how to develop emeralds. But something shifted in that space where I realized this isn't about points. This isn't about a rank. This isn't about a title. It's not about a car. It's not about going to Hawaii or Mexico. This is about people. And yes, I need to learn how to develop jewels to be able to go to the top of this company. But I need to sit back and see, like, what kind of jewels do I want to have? What do I want my team to look like as a diamond team? What's the culture? Do I just want to break jewels for the points, for the stars? Or what kind of jewel do I want to break? I want to break jewels who are healthy, who have amazing time management, fantastic marriages, wonderful families, who are very balanced in their approach to this, who know how to run from a place of rest, who know their space in this industry, their space in this company. They know their lane and they go for it, right? Laser focused within their calling and like what their focus, their niche, so to speak, is within this. I wanted to know, why am I in network marketing? Who is Krista Deary in this industry? Who do I represent? Can I do this my way, how the Lord's asking me to do it, right? And then who am I within Plexus? Who is Team Revive within Plexus? What is the reputation that I would like to uphold? What kind of integrity would I like my team to walk in? What am I going after? Not just points. I want to go after people. And so in that, our team name changed to Team Revive. In that, our mission went to impact over sales, people over points. In that, I got to confront, what does it mean to be a success? Am I only successful if I'm in momentum? Am I only successful if I'm a diamond? Am I only successful if I'm at the top of the leaderboard? What truly defines success? How about identity? What's my identity? Who am I when no one's looking? Who am I when there's nothing flashy and there's no shout out? Who am I outside of what I do for a living? Right? Like, there's so many amazing questions to unpack. And also beyond that, learning how to have joy in the in-between. You know, life on a mountaintop is not sustainable. I share this at Jewel Training, the story, but I used to live in Washington State and Mount Rainier is out there. We used to hike up to Mount Rainier. If you look at Mount Rainier, you notice that on the top of that mountaintop, there's no houses there. There ain't nobody living up there as far as I know. It's all snow, like all the time. It's not sustainable for living. But life happens in the valley. Not just that, down in the valley is where the farms are. Why? Because that soil is so rich, right? Down in the valley is where the flower fields were. Down in the valley is where the fruit and vegetable stands were. Down in the valley is where the farmers lived because it produces the best crops. In your valley seasons, in those in-between seasons when you're not hitting the rank that you're so desiring to hit, this is where character will grow in you if you embrace it. You'll become better or bitter. You're going to have to choose. But I recommend not complaining, not grumbling, learning how to be content, how to walk in gratitude, and then harness this in-between season that you're in. Know that it's temporary. So if it's temporary, you might as well walk through it with joy and learning everything that you need to learn. Don't you think? You know, most of our life is in valley seasons. I honestly, with what I walk through with my special needs son, I'm in a perpetual valley. I'm perpetually walking through something that's very, very hard. I have a 12-year-old that still wears diapers, who I still spoon feed, but who's also going through puberty. There's a lot of emotions to unpack in that. He deals with seizures on a daily basis. His body is very, very frail. It's hard. So I might as well learn everything I can and become the best version of me while I walk through this trial. I might as well harness this and let it shape me and refine me, than resent it and become bitter and worn down and miserable. Same for you. Now, even I mentioned, like, in life, a lot of our life is spent in the valley, right? But a lot of your business is too. And I wrote this down. There's 9 ranks, I think, right? Is there 9 ranks between silver and diamond? I think so. So there's 9 ranks. And let's say it takes you 5 years between when you start and when you hit diamond. 5 years. So you're going to have 9 times that you're going to be getting a shout out for hitting a new rank. 9 in 5 years. 9. Only 9, y'all. In 5 years, that's 60 months. So that means you're going to have 9 months where your face is going to be on a cool graphic and you're going to get a shout out because you hit a new rank. That means there's 51 months that you're not getting a shout out for hitting a new rank. 51. 85% of your journey, sometimes more, depends on how long this takes, sometimes less, right? But it's very possible that 85% of your journey, you're not going to get a shout out for hitting a new rank. So I would recommend knowing how to steward that season well. If you only know how to have joy in this business, if you're ranking up, you're gonna be really miserable all the time. So we've got to know how to have joy and excitement and enthusiasm and passion, regardless of whether we're hitting a rank. There is something that happens in the letting go. When I released the timeline of when I hit my goal and instead started focusing on a bigger picture and a bigger vision of what I was going after in my team, which is more than points, you guys. It's more than rank ups. It's people. God is trusting you with people, right? And not all of them are even called to be on your team or in this company or this industry. This isn't for everybody. Release control, operate in a space of surrender, and watch what God will do. His plan and purpose over your life is so much bigger than whether or not you're going to hit sapphire. It's so much bigger than whether or not you're going to hit diamond. He prioritizes your heart, and he's going after that, and he's going to use this process to get there. So that when you hit sapphire, when you hit diamond, you're not just getting a rank up. You're not just getting a new title. You're not just going on stage with a new cool gem thingamabobber. No, like you've changed as a person, and everyone around you can see it as well. The ripple effect is great because of your obedience and walking this out really well. So steward the in-between, friends. Journal it out. Process this out. Watch for what is being triggered in you in that space when you're not getting what you want in the timing that you want it. What emotions are surfacing? Those are clues to spaces in your heart that need to heal. Places within you that God really wants to touch and restore and redeem. So take this in-between season, harness it well, and come out of it better than ever before. All right? Love y'all.